You're not going to believe what happened to Juan Merchan. He's going to get prosecuted. He's going to be in trouble. That's according to Trump's own cabinet in their own words, which we're going to go over in this video on Trump versus Juan Merchan. Welcome to John Mike Keene. Give us a comment below, give us a like, and let's watch this video. Notice in this video is Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, these are all people in Trump's administration.
It's shockingly unconstitutional, Trace. It's great to be with you. And I'm here to announce on your show a measure that I'm working with Congress that should be Congress's bread and butter. And I'm calling for the subpoenas to be issued to Judge Merchan's daughter's company, who made $15+ million from the illicit information pouring out of her father's courtroom. I want to know the bank records because money doesn't lie. Yep. I want to know how deep it is and how much of it went to the family and how much of it is going to the family after this false conviction.
This one's pretty simple. Kash Patel goes after Juan Merchan and his daughter's bank records. And he said, as he said, money doesn't lie. So you don't have to worry about all these other bad Democrat actors that'll be destroying emails, destroying servers, hiding information. One thing that won't happen is banks don't, unless they're ordered to, banks will have the money transactions between Juan Merchan's daughter and, say, the Democrat Party or the White House.
And then we need to investigate the FEC actual violations that this judge and his family conducted, because he should never have been overseeing this trial to begin with because of the illicit campaign money that was flowing through there. And the unconstitutional due process violations are only the beginning. So America is calling for accountability of our judicial system, and Congress is the only lever that has it. And I'm hoping for one or two brave members of Congress that I'm talking to issue those subpoenas ASAP.
So that's Kash Patel. Now, they have not issued the subpoenas, but guys in Congress like Jim Jordan already issued subpoenas on Hunter Biden and Jim Biden, Joe Biden's brother, Jim Biden, his bank records to find out how much money was being laundered to them. So it'd be pretty easy for him to do the same thing, for Jim Jordan to do the same thing to Juan Merchan. Now, Kash Patel said something interesting there, that Judge Juan Merchan shouldn't even be the judge on this case for that reason. But I have an even bigger reason why he shouldn't be on that case. But first, here's a psycho, bizarre love fest of Juan Merchan on MSNBC.
As you've noted, with respect to Judge Merchan, I mean, I am like now, I have like a man crush on him. He is such a great judge that it's hard to see that the jurors wouldn't have the same impression. I mean, you just keep on thinking, if you looked in a dictionary for like judicial temperament, that's what you get.
He has a crush on Juan Merchan. However, the math doesn't show up at all why Juan Merchan should not have gotten this case, nor should he have gotten the Steve Bannon case, because he's not even on the judge pool to be appointed. Watch this.
I mean, there's no coincidences here. The fact that Judge Merchan has had all of these cases, and by the way, when he finishes with the Donald Trump case, Steve Bannon is next. Out of all the judges in New York County, somehow they keep on coming up with the same judge. Coincidence? I don't think so. I don't believe in them.
Yeah, I don't either. That's not a coincidence. No matter when they need a truly degenerate Democrat hack, all those cases just happen to fall to Juan Merchan in this judge pool that are supposed to be randomly given out. That's not going to work. Here's more of Trump's cabinet on going after Juan Merchan.
He knows as a technical matter that there isn't a precedent for appealing jury instructions. In other words, that phase of the trial, there's no appeals. So he knows, how's that remedied? It's remedied on appeal post-conviction. It's a reversible trial error, right? So what is he doing? He's saying, I don't give a damn. Get me my damn conviction. The appeals court will do what it'll do months after the election. Just get me my damn conviction. Getting rigging it in broad daylight. And there's no consequences. Where's the Bar Association? Nowhere to be found. No one's even implying or suggesting that he would lose his law license. But again, all of these problems are solvable and will be solved. To keep going back to this point is, if you want to save your country as much as they want to destroy it, and you do what has to be done from an organizing and a community standpoint to achieve that, There are things that every one of you can be doing every single day in your community to help achieve the saving of our country.
Yeah, you can save your country from within your community. That's Stephen Miller. He's going to be Trump's, I think he's chief of staff. So again, these are all people saying they're going after one Merchan, but he's saying it's weird. I make these videos, that's my little contribution, but we can all contribute. But he's going after one Merchan.
So be informed, yes, but then use that information to act constructively on a daily basis. Because, right now, as we're having this conversation, the radical left is out there organizing and scheming and plotting in every which way they can. And you have to be doing just as much work in defense of this country as others are doing in pursuit of its end.
If you love the country, you'll do what you can to defend it. Here's Mike Davis on Benny Johnson.
Can you please walk me through what potential charges would be brought against Juan Merchan in this case? You say you want to throw his ass in prison. Walk me through the landscape there, Mike.
I want to throw his third world Marxist trash ass in prison and then revoke his citizenship and send him back to the Cali cartel or wherever the hell he came from in Colombia. And let me tell you what it is. It's 18 U.S.C. Section 241, conspiracy against rights, a very serious federal civil rights felony. And when you politicize and weaponize intel agencies and law enforcement to go after your political enemies for non-crimes, which is exactly what happens here, you have committed that very serious federal civil rights felony. And judges are not immune from 18 U.S.C. Section 241. So I would say to Juanito, or whatever the hell this judge's name is, this third world Marxist trash, that you better lawyer up, buddy, because there has to be a criminal probe.
Wouldn't that be ironic? Juan Merchan makes Trump a felon. Trump's going to get that reversed, and then Juan Merchan will end up being the felon, which would be justice.
You are corrupt. You are partisan. You are dangerous. You took our country to the brink, and your adult daughter, Lauren Merchan, made a lot of money off of this, and you sat on this case. There's a reason they picked you, because you are a stooge. You're just like Alvin Bragg and Tish James and Matthew Colangelo and Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade. You guys are just bottom of the barrel lawyers and judges, the dumbest people in the legal system. So the George Soros types can use you and manipulate you like puppets. Like, for example, putting your adult daughter, Lauren, on Democrat payroll and making her a lot of money, which is corruption by Judge Merchan to stay on this case.
I like what he said about all of them being the bottom of the barrel. That's the one thing they have in common. That's why they all come off kind of stupid. And they get a lot of publicity, so it looks like our entire legal system is stupid. But really, it's just Tish James, Alvin Bragg, Juan Merchan. Now, here's why Trump is probably innocent, according to Mr. Costello.
Well, and what's not being talked about is your next paragraph, like the reason and his motivation for that. So if you could just kind of walk through that for the committee.
Yeah, obviously, when we started to talk about the NDAs, and this is the very first meeting at the Regency Hotel, when, by the way, Rudy Giuliani was not involved in representing Donald Trump at that time. Cohn testified that it was a conspiracy between Giuliani and Costello as of this date. Totally false. In any event, he also said that he didn't discuss the Stormy Daniels matter with us, and he certainly did. I specifically asked him, because he kept on going back saying, I can't believe they're trying to put me in jail for these NDAs. So I said, Michael, tell me about the NDA. Tell me about Stormy Daniels. What did you do? He said, I got a call from a lawyer representing Stormy Daniels who represented that she was going to testify that Donald Trump had sex with Stormy Daniels. Michael Cohn said, I didn't believe the allegation, but I knew that such an allegation would be terribly embarrassing. He said it would be embarrassing. He focused on Melania Trump.
Now, Michael Cohen, who testified against Trump, earlier said to Mr. Costello he did not believe Trump was with Stormy Daniels. And this Mr. Costello was forbidden by Juan Merchan to testify in that court hearing. And that's why that whole thing is a giant scam. It's going to get thrown out, and they'll have to investigate Juan Merchan. We support that. What do you guys think? Are you praying for Trump? Are you praying for justice? I'm John Mike Keene.